What's going on?
What's happening, fellas?
Living the best life, baby.
There we go.
Get to spend all this time with my buddies. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Why am I so big?
Well,
I don't want to be big.
let me play around with this for a second. I thought I had it set right, but let me see. I guess I didn't.
That'll work. Medium size.
Chiefs in the size, medium.
Mediums. Yeah.
Schmedium.
Look at that chat already. Good night. Oh, my phone's telling me the Tres Amigos is on.
You better be watching, Chief.
I hear it's a pretty good show.
Guys, hey, welcome back. Happy Thursday to everybody. Appreciate everybody being here. We'll get to recognizing everybody here in just a minute. We're happy to have our guest on tonight, Pawpaws Beard Co. If you haven't heard of him, he's a newer startup company and absolutely love his product. And you got to love a new startup company, man. It just he's hungry and he's just doing such a great job. But if you guys are good, I'll go ahead and say hello to everybody and then let y'all just tell us what's on your mind. We got old Kev and his better half, Amber.
Of course.
All right. Oh, frickin' frack. What's going on? Oh, Amber. Hey. Jacob. What's going on, Lee? Oh, John. Well, funny. That's funny. They're right next to each other. Me and John just had a conversation about EDC and Lee a little while ago.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Dino. And right now, I'm sure more will join in. But guys, Chief, why don't you tell us what's going on with you today?
I'm back at my daughter's. Round 2 with fighting with my internet company. Other than that, man, just working out this week and ready to go back to work tomorrow, unfortunately. Watching the weather change up here dramatically in Ohio. And it was kind of chilly today, and we had a good amount of rain. And then the rain stopped, and driving here at night, man, it got foggy up here in Ohio, man.
Mm-hmm.
Woof. But other than that, nothing much.
Right.
How about you, Dino?
Just living the dream, can't complain. This week, tomorrow in Michigan's opening season for hunting, deer hunting. So I've been busy at the range, getting people sighted in on their scopes, running around like a chicken with my head cut off sometimes. But other than that, man, can't complain. The weather, kind of like Ohio, has got cold here. It rained all day. It was a dreary, nasty day today. So, but other than that, man, just enjoying life. Glad I'm here with my Amigo buddies, and we're going to have some fun tonight.
I am outnumbered with Santas. I'm just going to say that. I'm outnumbered. Black Manor just joined in. Hi, Black Manor.
Hey, yeah, for those of you, before I bring them on, I'm sure we'll talk about it, but Kevin from Pawpaws Beard Co. is a new Santa. He's been debating it for a while, but I'm glad he's in the fold. Watching here on YouTube. What's up, Ronnie?
Ooh.
All right.
We appreciate everybody jumping on here as usual.
Absolutely, guys.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We appreciate everybody. And just, hey, let your friends know if you got people in the bearded community that haven't watched us yet. We'd love to have them in to watch. But, guys, unless y'all got something else, if y'all ready, we'll go ahead and bring Kevin in.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Ready or not.
There he is.
Oh,
What's happening, man?
I'm big again. There we go.
I'm big now.
Big man on campus. Yes,
Right.
sir. Welcome.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. We love having small batch companies on and finding out what makes them tick and everything. I got my normal questions I'm going to roll off with, but do you guys want to start off and say hi or anything before I get started?
What's happening, Kevin? Nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Glad to have you on the show, and glad to meet another fellow Santa. So that's awesome.
Kevin, I just got one thing to say, and I'll be quiet for a little while. But brother, I mean, that is you on the bottle. That's got to be you on the bottle, right?
Hey, my daughter made some T-shirts for me. It's got the little emblem right here. I was at a store, and the guy goes, "That's you." I'm like, yeah, here's your card too.
I love it.
Did he buy anything?
Not yet.
Yeah, he will.
He will.
He will. So, hey, before the show starts, we like to break the ice a little bit, and I do a little thing called this and that, and you pick one or the other, and it's real simple. It gets you relaxed, and not that you need to be. We're a bunch of chill guys anyhow. But are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Swimming pool or beach?
Beach.
Good choice. But that sand gets in your car. I'm a detail nut, man. I lived in Virginia Beach so long. Everybody come to visit. They're like, "Let's go to the beach," and I'm like, "Great." Now I got to detail my car again.
Take my wife's car.
Yeah, but I got to clean that too.
No, I send her down and get it cleaned.
Yeah, send her butt out there. Okay, cash or card?
I'm old. I like cash.
Yeah, me too.
Mm-hmm.
Me too. Singing in the shower or singing in your car?
Sing in the car.
Yeah, because nobody's going to hear you, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Really singing on a motorcycle.
Oh, you ride motorcycle?
Yeah.
Nice.
Harley.
I got a Harley.
Goldwing. I had Harleys. Yeah. And now I'm just driving the old man bike with reverse and heated grips and heated seat and just spoiled. Yeah.
If I could buy a trike, I'd buy a trike. That's spoiled.
Absolutely. Okay. Batman or Superman?
Batman.
Good choice. Winter Olympics or Summer Olympics?
Summer.
Yeah, I tend to agree on that. Eat your favorite food for the rest of your life. That's the only thing you could eat is your favorite food, or eat one North Carolina. Was it a Carolina Reaper? Carolina Reaper.
Eat my favorite food.
Really?
Yeah.
For the rest of your life, that's all you get to eat.
I eat steak all the time anyway.
Okay.
I'm part carnivore.
Respect. Good answer. Zombies or vampires?
Zombies.
Me too. Yeah. Loud neighbors or nosy neighbors?
I got them both.
Don't we all?
Yeah. How about loud neighbors?
I think I could deal with loud.
Yeah.
Yeah. Free lunch or free dessert?
Be free lunch. I don't eat desserts.
I love desserts. I think I'd go.
I do too, but I went from like 318 to below 200 in the last year and a half.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Good. Hero or anti-hero?
It depends on what you're thinking about.
Got to pick one.
Anti-hero.
Okay. Last one, and this is the most important to me. Are you ready?
Yep.
Toilet paper, over or behind?
Over.
Absolutely. We can be friends now.
Yeah.
That behind thing, man, it just gets me.
I had to show my wife the patent for it one day because she goes under.
Yeah.
I said, no, there's a patent on it. It goes over.
Yeah. It's the mullet.
Yeah.
It's the toilet paper mullet backwards. Yeah. Nobody likes that.
Uh-uh.
It looks silly. So, Tom, you were in the military. Do you remember when we had to used to fold the little triangle?
Yeah.
Tear off what you want. When you were done, you had to fold a triangle in it and put a crease in it.
Yep.
Come on. What? But anyhow, that is my this or that icebreaker questions to you. Yep. Right answer. Over. It's the only way.
The only way.
Yeah. So, Dino, you got anything for him?
So, I believe in your background, you said you're a first responder, aren't you?
I was a fireman for 36 years in a plant doing industrial.
Nice.
I was a fireman in the city for 16 years, retired from that.
Nice.
I've done EMS since probably 1990.
Wow. So we've got a background together. I was a volunteer firefighter and I was an EMT, so that's really
Yep.
cool, man. Yeah, nice to meet you, brother.
You didn't give your license up, did you?
I did. So I actually transitioned from firefighting and EMT, and I transitioned into bodyguarding.
Okay.
So I still am a CPR, first aid instructor.
Yeah.
I'm just not currently an EMT or anything like that.
Okay.
Yep. But
I
that's
kept
awesome.
mine because when I retired, I still do it.
Right. Yep. That's awesome.
I don't do the firefighting because I couldn't get off the ground. The last firehouse I did, I
Mhm.
told them, get me up off the ground. I'm done. I
You
couldn't
know,
get up. So I'm done.
when I was on the fire department, probably like you were, I was a bigger guy then. I weighed 300 pounds, right?
Yeah.
And I looked at him and I said, "You don't put the 300-pound guy on the roof. I don't climb ladders. I'll break
Yeah.
doors down for you. I'll do search and rescue. I'll run pumps. I'll drive trucks, but you're not getting me on that roof." So that was my thing.
I was the opposite. They always told me, go climb the ladder, get up there and get them out.
Oh, nope.
The new little skinny guy be pumping the truck. I'm like, I don't want to do that.
Right.
So, Santa Tom, you got anything before we start our BS session?
No, go right ahead, guys. I'm a post. I'm about to put his website in the so you guys go check Pawpaws Beard Co out, guys. Kevin, I do remember, when I first started talking to you, I think it was Bearded Texan who did your first review. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think so. Because he beat you to it.
He did. I was waiting on my product, and I remember when I got it, and it felt so good, and I was excited because I remember you mentioning something about the white beard, feeling good white beard, and man, the carrier oil blend, which that's what I want to ask you about, is for you to just talk about your carrier oil blend real quick, how good it feels in a white beard.
Mm-hmm.
And then I asked you about your butter, and I asked you if you made an unscented butter, and I don't think you did at the time. But I'm so glad that you came out with an unscented butter because, man, I wear it out. Love it.
Things like doing a different butter or oil takes me, hour for the oil, 2 or 3 hours for the butter. I got one good thing. I'm retired. My wife's like, you want to get another job? I want another job somewhere because I'm bored. The more bored I get, the more I make different scents all day long. Put them on my arm and I walk around the house going, oh, that stinks. Oh, that smells good.
Yeah.
Right.
So I like artwork. I like flashy artwork. And I also like plain artwork. And yours is a depiction of you. And I love it. And it's kind of got like a wood bark look to it.
Yeah.
Like you just peeled like cinnamon off of a tree. It looks really good. Very impressed. Nice and plain. There's a couple out there that are plain but classy, and yours is plain and classy, and it stands out, and it represents you and your company, and that's a big selling point too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was trying to make it work. Okay, I want it to look like me.
You did.
I'll see other ones that's real fancy.
Yeah.
But like I said, I went from, I think when I got the website, I had 20 different scents. Now I have 40.
Woo.
I couldn't make them up to the house myself. I was trying to figure out how to do it. I was paying somebody else to make them. I might sell two or three oils and go to another oil. I can't have that much sitting around.
Yeah.
Now I just hit the button and print my own out.
Yeah. So do you make your stuff ahead of time, or like if I ordered right now, you would make my order right now?
If I didn't have it in stock, I could show you my stock. I've got 2 shelves full. Got at least 2 of everything I make.
All right. That's good.
And if I don't have it, or if I've sold if I sell 2 today and I only had 2, I'll make 2 or 3 of them.
Nice. So
make up for it.
it's ready to go right now.
It's ready to go.
Nice.
I'm at a point now going to probably a barbershop first year. Try to put it off somewhere else too. And then I'll make extras after that.
Right. I think barbershops need to get on board with the bearded men.
Yeah.
Right.
Because every barbershop I ever go to has nothing for bearded men at all.
No.
Right.
Last one I went to 2 years ago butchered my beard, so I quit.
Man, quick story. Last year, I met Dino at the Buckeye Beard Battle, and I was about 3 weeks maybe away from the battle, and I went into my guy who I trust, and I said, I just need a little bit through here trimmed up, and just if there's any split ends. He took a good 1.5 to 2 inches off, and I said, dude, you just put me into a completely other category.
Oh yeah,
Right.
I was heartbroken that he would take that much off. And I said just a little bit, and it still worked out for me. I was still in the 12-inch or longer category, but I was afraid I was going to be in the under 12 because he took a good chunk out of me. But I'm going to try another one. I met him at Walmart actually, and a buddy of mine at work says, yeah, I go to that guy and he's good. So I'm going to go check him out probably a month before World comes out and get a nice professional trim up, because I don't want it to look like it was just trimmed before I go to competition.
Right.
So
that's what I did when I started to do. I wanted to do Santa Claus. I was down probably right here. It was starting to look kind of bad. So there's no barbers around here, so I woke up one day and went, and I got through. I took off that much. It was 2.5, probably 2.5 inches.
it hurts, doesn't it?
I walked out going, man, this doesn't feel right.
Right? Yeah, it hurts.
Now it catches on everything. I'm like, oh well, it'll grow back.
Yeah. So speaking of catching, I've told these guys, but my truck's got a tonneau cover that rolls up. And it's got that Velcro strip all the way down the side. My truck's lifted. Every time I reach in there to grab something, the beard gets in that Velcro. It don't hurt or nothing ripping out, but it gets caught in there really bad. Yeah.
Right.
So, but yeah, I think getting into barbershops would be great. Especially the old ones with the old leather chairs.
Yeah.
And the old guy that does it, and he's been doing it for years, and just a nice little display of 2 or 3 different oils and some butters, and then have him get some in there and put it on the customers and kind of sell it for you.
Well, I got one barbershop scent I made. Shoot, this probably a month after I started doing this. Try to figure out how to do it. Spent all last year doing this, mixing up scents before I retired.
Yeah.
And I made it. And everybody's like, bring it to a barbershop. Okay.
Yeah.
I will. Let me get everything going.
Yeah. So I'm an anti-barbershop guy. I haven't found one I like yet.
I don't either.
Yeah, it's so tough for me. And that's like one of the one scents that I don't reach out for when I order from companies. I don't know if it's the talc that I don't like or what, but
Well, there's no talc in mine.
now we can talk.
Yeah.
Now we can talk.
Somebody asked me how much talc's in it. I said, no, none at all.
Right.
Well, I might have to
Stuff.
try you the first barbershop.
Yeah. Put bay rum. Bay rum smells just the same, but it's not talc.
Yeah, I like rum. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like spicy rum. That's a nice.
I don't have spicy rum yet.
Yeah. Yeah. Paul says mine likes to eat my soup. Yeah. Anything soup or cheese or Mexican cheese dip, that queso dip.
I learned from barbecue the other day.
Yeah. Tuck it.
How to barbecue.
Tuck it. Yeah.
It flared up on me. I went, okay, sir.
Yep. Whenever I'm eating anything, I tuck it in my shirt.
Yeah.
Just tuck it in there and eat away. But out at restaurants, I don't do that, obviously, because you look like a goofball. But I just eat a little more cautious,
I always, when it comes to soup, I just have it in like a cup and I just drink it. I drink it. Yeah. I don't try the spoon game.
Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah.
Hey, we talked backstage. You all can drive a stick shift, right?
Yep.
Okay. It reminded me on the way over here, and I wanted to chat about it. It's kind of a funny story. My dad's old school, and my first car. Leave in the chat what your first car was and if it was a stick or not. Do that for me if you guys don't mind. Mine was a 71 Chevelle Nomad. It was Chevelle up front and station wagon in the back, and it was horrible green. It was the ugliest green you ever seen, and it was 3 on the tree, so you had to shift on the column where the key was. So on the way over here, I went up the same hill that my dad took me. He's like, "Come on, let's go." He drove me downtown, and we went around this block downtown, and it's all pretty flat and square except for this one red light. Okay. And every time I would go up this hill, the car's on a really steep maybe not that steep, but on a really steep incline, and I would either stall it or roll way backwards, So I kept doing this and kept doing this, and I pulled up there one time, and there was a Cadillac behind me, and you know how people are; they'll get close.
Right.
I'm like, "Pop," I said, "There's a Cadillac behind me." He says, "Don't hit it." Okay, so I'm getting ready to pop the clutch out a little bit, and I'm just peeling tire all the way up this hill. He's like, "That wasn't bad. You didn't hit the car. Back around again."
Mhm.
So, yeah, that's how I learned to drive stick on an incline like that.
Right.
Dads didn't care back in the day. I don't know what it was.
Right.
Today we send them through driver's ed and all that stuff and bubble wrap our kids. And my dad's like, hit the car, but don't hit the car. Okay. Easy for you to say.
My daughters learned on a 1-ton truck, 1-ton, 8-foot bed, 4-door truck. I take them through the littlest neighborhood I could. Okay, you're driving. If you can drive this, you can drive any car you can drive.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. Yep. But
remember, Kevin, do you remember years ago, and I don't know about other states, but here in Texas, we used to have those, what they call hardship license. You remember that? And I had one, and all it was okay, if your parents worked and you were young, I think, what was it, 14? I think I was 14, got a hardship license, was able to drive to school. And that's how I learned is driving my dad's old, car he had sitting out there, stick shift. And I just, that's how I learned. Burned a couple clutches up, but I learned.
Yeah. That's some interesting cars you guys have had. I took my driving test in a 77 Cadillac boat. That thing was a boat, and you had to do the parallel parking with the cones and stuff. And by God, if I didn't pass with that big old Cadillac, 77 Cadillac, I don't know if it was a Brougham or what it was, but it had like 19 feet of hood.
Yeah.
That was a scary car to drive.
Right.
Oh my goodness. Ford freaking Ranger. There you go.
Yep.
Yeah. So what brought you into the beard world? What one day you woke up and said, I'm going to start making beard oil and butters and things like that? What pushed you?
Shoot, 2 years ago, when I worked at Exxon, I said, if you work certain jobs, you could grow a beard. Well, I retired from the fire department already, so I'm going to grow a beard. Back when I was in the 20s, I grew a beard before I got into plants. You didn't do anything back then. Head and shoulder shampoo, you're good to go. I started reading through, because the job I had, once you got the work done, you sat there for 10 hours making sure the unit's running. Going there looking through, what can I put on my beard, make it better. Found the oils, butters, balms. Like everybody else, I bought it and just put it all over my face, and it just didn't look good. So I started backing off, started learning on it. So I'm retiring pretty soon. Let me figure out I can make my own. Let me make it for myself first. That's what I wanted to do.
Right.
I started making it. I liked what I made, so I can sell this to other people. Especially because down here it's either freezing cold, raining, or it's hot and high humidity. A lot of the oils were either too thick, too thin, weren't just right. So I try to make what worked down here better. And it seems to be working. It works good down here in this climate. And I've sold people in Washington State, Oregon, Arizona, California. It all works good up in there. Everybody, Louisiana, a bunch of people from over there. So it's working good everywhere. I don't know if it's the best, but it works good for me.
Yeah.
It works good for a gray beard.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So your carrier oils, is there a castor in it?
There's a little bit of castor, maybe. Well, I count it in drops. I put like 10 drops of castor oil in a 1 ounce bottle.
Yeah.
Just enough to where it's a little thicker, because when I first made the first one, to me it felt too thin. Let me put a little bit in there. I didn't want to put too much castor in it.
Right.
I'm thinking about now making one with a lot more castor, because it's just see what it does with the weather change.
Right.
Yeah.
But until I feel the difference here, I don't know if I should really, start making something completely different, messing with it, just keep doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you have any local test dummies that maybe you work with or friends that
I'm the biggest one.
Are
If my
you?
beard falls out, it's no good. If it looks good in my beard, it's good. I'll make a scent that doesn't smell too good out of a bottle. You can smell a bottle. You
Yeah.
put it on, it smells different.
Right.
I'll put it in. My wife will go, that stinks. Or I'll take it up to work. Here, y'all smell this. I have a bunch of people doing that. A bunch of guys that work at the stadium. I'll give them samples. I'll send out probably, the first month, maybe $500 worth of samples, just everywhere.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, I've got more down here that, they'll buy something. I'll give them something else to try. Here, try this and tell me what you think.
That's good.
Yeah.
What's your top seller right now?
Tobacco 33.
Okay. I bet Santa Tom has that one.
Yeah,
Right
Tom's
there.
got that one. If he didn't have that one, I was going to send him one for Christmas anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
Say, since I held up that bottle of oil, I just want to say this real quick before everybody gets started again. This is the biggest thing I love about startup companies. Now you're getting a little bit beyond the startup company, but Chief and Dino, I want you to check this out. Okay. That was the original bottle, but look at this. This is what I love, and I will cherish this one forever.
Right.
Yeah.
How it was sent.
This is the new one. I
There
got
you go.
I got everything on there.
Right.
I got to see.
It's just
I'm on my phone.
well,
So
it's good, but it's so neat to watch how far and how fast companies just start coming. I remember when I got this bottle, it just made me smile. I just because you got to love a startup company, and
Right.
and getting the product out there, and this is something I use it, but I also will keep the bottle.
Right.
Yeah, see, that was a friend of my wife's son. She said he needs a job and he can make labels. They live in South Carolina. So he would make them. It'd take 2 weeks for me to get a label.
Yeah.
Right.
He finally said one day, I can't make them anymore. So I figured it out. It took me about 2 days during the weekend.
Yep.
Amber was saying that she's got a 4-barrel when it kicked and it blew her muffler off. I don't know if you guys noticed, but a couple of weeks ago I was leaving my daughter's house and it's pretty rough down. They're doing a lot of road work, and my truck muffler, like 6 feet of pipe and muffler, fell off, and I hit it with both back tires and drove over it. I stopped and picked it up, obviously, but yeah, I feel you, Amber, on that big time. Whole muffler and everything came off. It's fixed now, so I was driving around for a couple of weeks. Bah! It was horrible. Yeah. I miss those old cars with the big engines, man.
Oh, yeah.
Like they said, pass anything but a gas station.
Yeah.
We don't do that now, and the cars, they don't have any personality.
Right.
Yeah. Nobody's going to collect a new Honda Odyssey or, they're not going to have that 20 years from now.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
No. So I have a old Dodge. It belonged to my grandfather, and it's immaculate. It's pristine, and it's very low miles, and it's been family owned. And I get more compliments just driving that around town. And it's just a normal everyday Dodge D150, but it's a survivor, and the paint looks beautiful and everything works.
That's
And
great.
I love it, but they're not going to collect maybe a Hellcat or something today, but none of the new cars are going to be collectibles.
Yeah.
No, nothing.
Hey, Fitz.
So what kind of bike are you riding?
Got a 18 Electric Glide.
Okay. Yeah, I had a Tour Glide Ultra, and my first Harley was an FXR lowrider that I bought off of a club member that passed away through his friends, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a basket case. It was all together. So I took it all apart. And after I figured out how to get it fired up and it ran, took it all apart and rebuilt it from the ground up. And that was my first experience with Harleys and how many times they're going to let me down,
Right.
But
The new ones aren't that bad. The older ones were. Mine hadn't had any problems yet.
yeah. Some of them engines, man, are great. Never leak oil, but then you get most of them. Both of mine leaked oil. Just keep putting oil in it. But I miss the sound. I miss the sound, basically. It sounds
right.
amazing. My Honda's like, what was that?
I got that, and I got a. You ever heard of a Yamaha Royal Star?
Yeah.
It was a V4.
Mhm.
I bought that during my first marriage. I always wanted one. I didn't want a V twin. I wanted a V4.
Mm-hmm.
Got
Yeah.
divorced. It stayed with me.
Smart.
I got remarried. It stayed with me. Wife loves it. Before I bought my first Harley, because you got to sell it, I had 3 motorcycles. So I sold it, and the guy tore it up, messed it all up. I bought it back for $500.
Nice.
It's not running right now, but it's sitting in the garage.
You got it.
I'll never get rid of it.
Yeah. Yeah. My first bike was turbocharged, and I was 16. And like I told you, there's something wrong with my dad. He come home with this turbocharged freaking crotch rocket. But I've been on bikes since I was 7 or 8 years old, dirt bikes and stuff. So my first bike had a freaking turbo.
Which one was it?
Honda CX500 Turbo, 1982.
I had the 650 Yamaha turbo.
The Seika?
Yeah, I'd buy bikes in baskets,
Mhm.
put them together and sell them.
Yep.
I sold it to some girl that never ridden a motorcycle.
I came across one years later when I was in the service, and obviously I sold the first one a long time ago, and I came across another one, and a rabbi owned it, and he was really short.
Mhm.
And so I went over to look it up, and it was covered in, like, I don't want to say cosmoline, but it was stored properly, And so I took it for a little test ride, and I came back and I said, "I'll take it." I said, "Why are you selling it?" He said, "I'm too short." His little little legs. He said, plus the bike scared the hell out of him. So
Yeah.
I said, "No, I get it. I
Mhm.
get it."
Right.
But yeah, man, cars and bikes. Could talk all day about them. Pews. But what you got, Dino? Dino, I'm over here hogging the whole dang show.
Good, man. No, talking about all that stuff, bringing back memories to me. I had a '67 Camaro with a 427 bored out to a 439 on alcohol injection. So that was my drag car. And then the smart part of me said, let's get out of cars and let's get into something cheaper that is motorcycles, right? Because motorcycles have to be cheaper, right? And then I got into Harleys, and I found out that HD stands for $100. Every time you walk in the dealership, it's $100. And I had I had 5 Harleys. And then after the heart surgery, I was like, all right, I can't ride anymore. But I enjoyed it when I could. I liked them, I did all myself. My good buddy of mine, we did all the work on them. We were always doing something to them, So part of the fun of owning a Harley is you can customize them how you want, because everybody makes parts for them. So we would go down that rabbit hole. So yeah, it was a fun time. But to add on what Chief said, man, your blend does feel amazing in gray beard, white beard. I had this in yesterday, and man, I loved it, man. It made the beard really soft, kept it nourished. Like I said, I'm usually not a guy that ventures into like the mint and everything, but when I saw this one, the minty, and I saw that it had corn mint, peppermint, winter mint, and then I'm like, wow, it's got vanilla ice cream in there. I got to try this one. And it's so awesome because it's not like overbearing. Like, you get a really nice mix of the mints, and then you're like, oh, look at that. I got vanilla ice cream. So it was really cool because yesterday I'm walking around and all of a sudden I'm like, yeah, I smell vanilla ice cream. So it was really cool. I really like that scent profile. I'm glad I got that one, because I was like hemming and hawing when I was on your site. I'm like, man, I don't know which one to get because there's a bunch that sound good. I don't know why the minty was just like, you got to get this one. So I'm really glad I got that one. I really enjoyed it. It was awesome wearing it yesterday.
Well,
And I got
I sit around all day long over here.
Mhm.
I got 1, 2, probably 3.5 little shelves over here full of scents, and it's just like, what do I want for? Let me try this. Let me try this. Let me try this. My wife will come home from the store with a big package of little cups. Just something. And if I find something that smells good, then I'll start looking if anybody else has made it. If someone else has made something with any kind of scents like I had, I scrap it.
Right.
Right.
Or let me take these two, see if I can add something else to it.
Right. Well, I know how long has Pawpaws been around now actually selling? I know you kind of just reached where you're not a startup anymore. You're like around a year or so, or
Now, January, I retired end of December.
okay. All right.
So January 2nd. So I took the first off because
Sure.
they paid me at Exxon for this last day.
Right. Right.
I'd already mixed up my first bottle
Gotcha.
January 1st. I didn't get a website till the end of August.
Nice.
It was kind of
Okay.
like up till then it was, hey, this is what I've got. I got a Facebook page. If y'all want
Sure.
something, just send me a message and we'll see what we can do.
Sure. So I know you've got oils and you've got butters, right?
I got some bombs made up. I'll make bombs
Oh.
if they want it,
Gotcha.
but I'm not gonna make up a stock of bombs
Yeah.
because there's not a whole big call for it right now.
Sure.
I use a little bit of it on mustache. That's it. Instead
Mm-hmm.
of a mustache wax, I just use some balm.
Sure. So what are your future plans? Like, are there any products you're wanting to get into as far as maybe doing washes or liquid butters or anything like that? Have you?
Man, you got
Ooh,
beard wash. I just started these,
nice. Okay.
but I'm not gonna sell these. This one's sold to a guy that I know.
Right.
I've got I started one beard wash base, and I don't like the way it smells. It's supposed to be scentless.
Yeah.
I found another one's coming. See what it is, and I'll probably gonna end up not doing scents on the beard wash.
Yeah.
I put apple scents in one of them. It smells good. I
Mm-hmm.
tried to do a tobacco in this one, and you can't really smell it. You can smell it, but you can't.
Right.
But it works. It works just as good as the oil does to soften the beard.
Right.
Normally right here,
Mm-hmm.
this just goes everywhere. I can wash it with this. Get out of there, put a little bit of oil on it, blow dry it, and it's just like this.
Nice.
But I
Nice.
mean, it comes out good. It's soft.
Right.
The ends down here. Well, they were down to here, but there wasn't any split ends on it. They were just. This where it's transparent. I could see my hand through it. So it was time to trim it.
Right.
I got
Right.
that. I got something else in here. Wherever it went. Thought I had them down here. I made 2 different scents for women's hair.
Oh, okay.
Smart.
Friend
Yeah.
of my wife said she was using Texas Heat because I'd sent her. She's the guy that was making my labels. That's his mother. So I sent her a bottle of Texas Heat. Here you go. Just smell it. I want you to see it. Smell it. She was using her hands on her hair, and she called me and said, "Can you make something for a woman?" Yeah, I'll try it.
Right.
My wife didn't marry Kay for 8 or 9 years. She's like, "Here's this little big bottle right here. I paid $50 for it." I said, "Nah,
Woof.
I'll make a 1 ounce for a whole lot less than that."
Yeah.
Right. Right.
So I took it, I put it on my arm and started mixing up some different stuff and made some for women.
Right.
Yeah. Amber, she's in here. She's a reviewer
Mm-hmm.
for beard products. So
I thought they were down here.
yeah, you should reach out to her.
Let's
She'd probably
see.
review that stuff for you.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh, there
Kevin,
they are.
while you're looking, Kevin, Christopher, the bearded Texan, had a question. He says, "Have you ever thought about a bird blend for those who use it?" He said he's been seeing a lot of people asking about different companies who sell them.
I thought about it. Probably after the first year, I'm gonna buy some just to try and make a mix of it. I wanted to get through this year with what I had going on. Get to a point where I said, okay, I've got enough inventory. Everything looks
Mhm.
good. I've got way more sense than I really needed to have.
Right.
Then it'd be after the first year, okay, it's a new year. Let me start. I'm gonna swap out some oils that I have and probably try some bird oil too to see what it is. Put it as a secondary line.
Right.
This is that's the women's oil I make,
Okay.
which all I got right now is a lavender and rosemary. I made a peppermint the other day
Mm-hmm.
for somebody. I'll make one bottle for somebody and I'll make another bottle to keep here.
Right.
My wife's a big lavender nut. She loves lavender.
You know what? I hate lavender. To me, it
Really?
stinks. Yeah.
She loves it.
But I'm not a woman. I've even tried to make a beard oil with some lavender in it, and it just
Right.
it's like nah,
Right.
put it in the trash.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you, I'm definitely interested in trying your beard wash when you bring it. So definitely let me know.
Okay.
I've been on a beard wash review kick, so
Yep.
I've been trying to get everybody's beard washes and try them out. But definitely let me know. I'd be interested in giving it a spin.
Yeah.
And
The
trying
one
it.
I made, I like it. I used it for probably 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
before I even said anything about it. And I've
Right.
got 4 or 5 brands of beard wash that I'm using.
Right.
Some of them are real thin. You try to put some in your hand, you don't have anything. You might as well just pour it over your head,
Right.
wash your beard. The other ones are. I started looking into ingredients. I don't like the way the ingredients are.
Yeah.
I put my carrier oil in it on
Right.
top of what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. It just got too much smell of like a wash.
Sure.
You can smell it.
Right.
I didn't want to do that. I want to be able to put my scent in and make it good.
Right. Right.
I'm okay with an unscented.
Yeah.
Anything
Yeah.
really. Unscented butter, unscented wash, unscented conditioner.
Yeah.
And if it's got a scent, I'm cool with that too, because it
Yeah.
washes out. It's not like it's going
Right.
to stick around and interfere with your beard oil and butter and balm and things like that. But
Right.
Back to business stuff. Are you planning on making soap in the future?
I've never thought about it.
Yeah.
Just next year, get back with me about halfway the year, see what I think. But
Yeah.
I've looked up into how to make soap because when I worked in a plant, after 2 hours of going to work, you're this. You're
Yeah.
sitting there. I don't want to say that because people might be
Yeah.
watching working a plant, but they see me with my feet propped up, my phone in my hand, while I'm looking at eight or 9 screens,
Yeah.
making adjustments. I looked at how to make the soap, and it might be later.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. I like companies that have a little bit of everything, a little bit for the wife. So when you order something, you get something for the wife. So when that package comes in, there's something in it for her. So she's not really upset with you, I think Tim from Valhalla, correct me in the chat if I'm wrong, but he has a small soap that's got puppy paws and it's for your dog.
Really?
Yeah. So I think, things like that are
Right.
a little original and set people apart. I think that's wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
And guys in the beard community seem to gravitate towards soap, handmade soap. I mean, a lot of us, it's kind of odd. Once you use, somebody's soap, you don't want to go back to Zest or anything from the CVS or the
Right.
Walmarts or none of that stuff.
Right.
They don't last as long, but the quality's better and the scents are by far better.
Yep.
So yeah, we all love soap.
That's a good idea. Give me about 6 or 8 months.
Yeah.
About halfway in the year.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Yep.
Yep.
Nice.
I'm guessing because you already mentioned lavender. I'm guessing that's probably one scent you don't like working with. What's your favorite scent to work with? Where you get excited, you're like, I can put this in there. I really like this scent to work with.
At first, it started out as bourbon and tobacco. I've got a bourbon scent that, if you open it up, you think you open up a thing of bourbon. It's great.
Really?
Yeah, it's strong.
Uh-huh.
The tobaccos, I like pretty much every tobacco. I've been trying to find a pipe tobacco that smells like my dad's old pipe.
Right.
I can't find it, so I've got like 10 different tobacco scents. That's how I got Tobacco 33.
Nice.
I started mixing up scents and mixing up tobaccos in there till I got to where I wanted on that.
Mm-hmm.
I've gone from there. I got teak wood the other day for somebody that wanted me to make them oil with teak wood. Teak wood's okay to me. I'm starting to get back into leather. I've got a lot of going towards oud. I got a birchwood oud and a smoked oud.
Right.
Those smell good together. I got on a kick of caramel. I found some caramel, some chocolate.
Ooh.
It depends on, I'll wake up one day and say, oh, I'll see this scent. Let me try this. Let me get this in and see what it is.
Right.
Somebody wanted a mango and pineapple scent. That's all they wanted, was mango and pineapple. I'm like, oh, come on.
Get a little creative.
So I did the oil for them.
Right.
And then I made called it smooth bourbon. I think that's what I called it. Which has got mango, pineapple, but then it's got bourbon in it.
Nice.
I think some vanilla.
Kind of like a mixed drink.
Yeah, kind of like a mixed drink.
Right.
I got a vanilla butter I like.
Yeah.
It mixes well with a bunch of things, but some of them it doesn't.
Yeah.
Right.
I just like vanilla, period.
Right.
Vanilla's awesome.
Yeah. It depends. I got 2 different brands of vanilla, and one of them's a harsh vanilla smell. The other one's a lot sweeter.
Mm-hmm.
Then I got the vanilla butter, which I keep pulling it back out, throwing it in everything.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm with you, Chief. I really like that. A good solid, just a 1 cent, like a vanilla or even like a cherry, a really strong cherry. It's just something like that. A standalone is absolutely wonderful.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. I like a good vanilla, and you know me. You guys have heard me many times. I'm a sucker for cherry. I love cherry. So, yeah.
They had a
How about cherry and 7-Up?
Huh?
How about cherry and 7-Up?
Yeah, I've had it. Yeah. I like it.
The first guy that bought anything from me from California. He didn't buy the first one. I sent him something because he saw me on Facebook. He's like, I want blueberry. It's like, blueberry stinks. Now I like it because I've used it in a couple things and I like it. But that's what got me turned into blueberry. Somebody just wanting it.
Some of the best scents that I have are blueberry.
Yeah.
I'm a foodie,
Right.
Yeah, big time. We got a lot of horsepower in the chat today, guys. Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
A lot of good people in there. Yep.
Kevin said Kev Woodworking said he'd like to find a good cherry pipe tobacco scent. I don't remember. Do you have a cherry tobacco, Kevin?
I do. I don't know how good it would smell. I've used it in a couple of things. I could try something with it.
Right.
If not, find another brand and do it.
Right.
Kev, that might be something to reach out to him about.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the one good thing about being small like I am. Somebody will ask me, hey, can you make this? I've got, where's this? This one right here. There's a Santa Claus. He came by the house. He goes, I need peppermint. Can you make it strong? I got peppermint Santa I made for him.
Right.
He goes, I want it to smell like this. So it took me about 2 hours and 3 different things to figure it out.
Well, I need to reach out to you because I'm going to tell you a little trick that I do. I have had a strong peppermint oil made myself.
Mm-hmm.
And before I put my hat on, my Santa hat, is I get a good couple dropper, and just rub it all over my neck and head. It not only smells good and makes you smell pepperminty, but it also has that cooling effect when you put that hat on. And it's a good little trick.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So you're making custom. So if anybody messaged you and said, I want this, 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 and this, would you make them a custom, and would there be a charge for that?
I haven't charged extra yet for a custom.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Usually if I don't have a scent, it takes 2 or 3 days to get it. And I'll get the small scent. If I'm making a custom, I'm gonna get the small container of scent.
Right.
That way, if it does come out smelling good, I'll go back and get a bigger container so I can have it to do.
That's good to know. Anybody in the chat?
Yeah.
A lot of people are like, hey, I want this scent. Make this scent for me.
In fact, I got one guy. Y'all probably know John Covington.
Yeah.
He comes over to the house. Comes over the house, talks to Wendy, talks to my wife. And he's sat behind me. I can show y'all in a little while. I've got an old cabinet in here. It's got all my stuff. He'll sit there smelling every one of them. Hey, can you smell this? Can you smell that? Can you do this? And he sent me a list of things he wanted in there one day. I want it like this. Can you make this? Make it smell this way. Okay. Give me a week.
Yeah.
Which is good. Being retired, which is good because I have time to do it.
I've got
a lot of people work full-time jobs, so they can't really do it.
Right. I've got a beard company owner. I think he's in here, TJ Brown with the bearded squirrel. He lives up the road and I'm over his house and I'm like smelling everything and eyes are rolling in the back of my head. And it's just so hard to not go, I want this, 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 and this, and, and go off the rails with it. But I'm the kind of guy that likes things out of the ordinary, like put some bacon in something or make something with a donut. I will try it and probably love it. So if you got something crazy, let me know.
I've got a bacon scent. I tried it the other day. I was like, no, they put it back on the shelf.
Yeah.
It was one of those. My wife would come down here. Here, smell this. I had little cups. She just come, no. Oh, that's good then. We'll use it.
Right.
But the bacon wasn't too good right then.
I'm sure everybody's wives or girlfriends are the testers. Like you put something on and you think it's really good. And you're
Yeah.
like, man, you're really impressed. And the wife or girlfriend's like, no.
Yeah.
So their noses are set up different, man. You're like, this is great. And she's like, no. So yeah, they are very important to us as reviewers and owners. And yeah, no, that smells. All right, I'll go wash that out. She's not like that too much. She's had a couple that she's like, nah, or meh. And there's a couple she's like, no. Most of them she likes.
I've had to remind her before though. She'll smell something. This is terrible. Now somebody else likes this. This is what they wanted.
Yeah.
He smelt it and he wants it.
Yeah.
Why'd you make another one? Because I can sell it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
I've got one I make. I got one I make. It's called the Sawmill. And all it is I tell everybody, it's like taking the old Craftsman saw that I got from my granddad cutting 2x4s. That's what it smells like.
Yeah.
And my wife's like, it stinks. She's like, oh, that smells good. It smells just like cut wood. That's what I
Right.
want.
Yeah. If that's what they want, make it for them.
Yeah,
Right.
that's what they want.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Because I've had TJ mix me up things with smell like ouzo, a little black licorice, and probably this much of the population likes that black licorice, that ouzo, but I do. I love it. And he's like, you're probably the only one that would buy this. I'm like, I love it.
I don't know if I'd wear that, and I like licorice.
Black licorice is definitely one that'll turn people off, but I love it.
So, Chief, you've been holding out on me. You got a Greek ouzo scent. You've been.
I do.
Man,
I do.
really, man. And you haven't told your Greek brethren about this, man.
I might have to ask TJ to mix you one up.
I'd wear it.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. So Amber's in here, and we appreciate her and Kev a lot. Do you guys ever argue about the beard oils that he's wearing, or he thinks it's great and you don't think it's great? You know, I'd like to see what her answer is on that. Because like I said earlier, we think, oh man, this smells amazing. But the female in your life, she might not like it.
Right.
Yeah. Matt, Matt, you're terrible. But she's honest though, Matt. You know.
TJ says, so that must be an inside joke. So TJ says, you and Forrest Hansen. I guess that's somebody, an acquaintance of y'all's, huh?
That's it. Yeah, it's a very small population that like that scent. Man, hey, welcome.
Hey, appreciate you, brother.
Yeah. So, what other hobbies other than beard oil do you partake in? We said motorcycles.
Up until I retired, really like 3 years ago, my son-in-law lived here. He's in the Army. We played golf all the time.
Nice.
And I used to play golf like 3 times a week when I worked in the plant because you work with operators and we all played golf. When I went to Exxon, nobody played golf. So I just quit playing, yeah. So I'm trying to get back into playing golf.
I'm so bad at golf. I take my son, we go and we do like half the course, the back nine or something. And we don't even own clubs. We'll just borrow the ones at the club there. And we'll grab a 6 or 12 pack. And, I'm not advocating drinking, but we'll have a couple adult beverages and we call it whack-a-ball. We don't call it golf because we're horrible. Absolutely horrible.
But you're out there enjoying it, right?
Oh, laughing hysterically. Your stomach hurts.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hit in the low 80s for a while.
I
played.
I don't even know. It's bad, real bad. But I snapped one of their graphite clubs and snapped it in 2. Yeah, pieces went everywhere. So I'm not good at golf at all. Yeah.
Hey, Kevin, Chris from owner of Sockeye Beard Company says he just ordered. He says he likes your rustic flavor you're bringing.
Okay.
Nice.
I'll check it out in a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, come on, Kev. Not sophisticated as yours.
They're going wild in the chat.
Yeah. Can you see the chat, Kev?
No. I see every once in a while something will pop up, but I don't see anything else.
I try to put everything up there. You know, Chris just bought some oil. Okay, so he's a company owner. How much do you deal with? Have you talked to other little small company owners? Do you ask advice? Do they ask you advice? How tell us about how tight knit that little community is.
I've got probably. In fact, I wrote down names. My wife always told me, make sure I write down everything I want to talk about. First time I went live on here, I had stuff written down all through here, and I was shaking like this because I never done that. I never spoke in front of people unless you're at a fire. If you're at a fire, you got the EMS something going on, or you got a plant about to blow up. Yeah, you're going to hear me talking. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I've talked to TJ. I've talked to TJ before. He talked to me a little bit. You got 2 or 3 of them besides him. They've given me advice, asked me about this. Mostly I ask them advice, they'll give me advice. None of them. There's one company I'll never name because he sent me an email just chastising me.
Wow.
I'm like, hey, all I did was compliment you on one of those big things where you get you fill your bottles up with. And he chastised me for saying I'd like to have that kind of setup. So I just, okay, whatever. Quit talking to him. The rest of them, I can talk to him anytime. Like I put something on earlier. I made a scent. I can't think of name. Anybody pick a name out for me, you'll win a free bottle of it. Mm-hmm. And other beer companies are giving me names. They have no problem talking to me, telling me, hey, you're screwing up. You need to do it this way. You need to make it like this. Joe Farron got a hold of me one day. Said, let me talk to you about your labels. You need to have this and this on your labels. And anything else I need on there, let me know. Which was what all the stuff on the back of here became.
Yeah.
Because the first labels were just a label and that was it. Chicken scratch.
I don't know if you've watched any of my reviews or not, but that's one thing I kind of pick apart is a label. How well is it done? How well can you read it? Is the font big enough? Is the font too dark on the background? Little things like that. And it's important to have a nice, clear label to me and easily read.
Right.
I tried white labels probably about 2 months ago when I started doing my own labels. Let me try white. I liked it. And everybody else like, no, I'll go back to the brown. That's what you started with. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm constantly trying to adjust the fonts, make it better read.
Yeah.
Right.
Back to what Santa Tom said a little bit ago, that bottle he showed with the handwritten profile on it. He is exactly right. That means more to us when you have a bottle that's kind of a tester. It's in its infant stages and all that. And then you're like, hey, Chief, or either Santa, I want you to try this. Those bottles will be with us. Speaking of TJ, I've got one of the first ones that he's ever had, and it had just an orange sticker on it with handwriting. I'll never get rid of that because it's you at the beginning stages and watching the labels grow and watching the scent profiles change and watching the company get bigger and stay humble is very important. And I love that aspect of your labels kind of sucked for, a year or whatever. And then they get better and better and better. But the crappy label you had, day one is more special to me than the brand new ones. Yeah. It's hard to describe.
That's my tester labels.
See?
Until I find a name for it, if I'm going to keep it, I'll just put that label on there.
Yeah.
And I got it all written down in a book. Tells me what I got.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to keep a record.
Oh, yeah.
Big time. Yeah.
Want to say hello to Jennifer Jewel Coleman. It's kind of a funny story. She's real good friends. I believe she's really close to your wife. Is that correct, Kevin?
That's correct.
Jennifer and I worked together in the state. In fact, she was one of my officers when I was a young lieutenant working for the state. And so it was kind of neat when I was on talking to Kevin one day, I think on Facebook, and she chimed in, hey, and it was just small world, and it's good having you here tonight, Jennifer.
Yeah, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
So Sockey's got something there. He says, let's name it. So Kev, if you don't mind, give us the profile again, and everybody in the chat can throw names out there too. And maybe you could pick a name from somebody in the chat.
On what?
The one you need a name for.
Oh, okay. Let me find it. Where'd it go? Oh, that was the one I've got. I made one coffee. I had a coffee and a cocoa mint.
Yeah, the coffee
This one's, I changed this one up. It's got coffee bean, cocoa mint, and chocolate in it. So it made it almost like if you're going to, I don't know, I don't drink coffee. Those places where you buy coffee and you spend eight to $10 on coffee.
You're right.
Kind of putting it that way.
So see what the chat says. Go ahead and throw a name out there, and we'll spit him out and see if he likes any of them. It was coffee, cocoa, and what?
Chocolate.
Chocolate. Okay.
The cocoa mint.
Yeah.
Just throw a little mint in there.
Yep.
The three amigos.
Yeah.
I call mint. I like spearmint. What's your thoughts, guys?
Yeah, I like spearmint too.
Yeah.
Yep.
In fact, some of the ones I've gotten today were like Java Jolt, and Dan Noblet, he told me Pawpaws Latte, which is thing I got one that's Pawpaws Oak. I don't know if y'all have ever seen that one. That one's got black oak currant, charred cedar spice, and musk. But it's just like that was a mess up. I was just mixing stuff up on that. And what does this do? What does this do? Oh, that smells good. So it became Pawpaws Oak. This might become Pawpaws Latte.
I like that too.
The way it sounds.
So far, we got John with minty mocha, Amber with mint chocolate mocha, frickin' frack, mocha mint. Yeah. Pawpaws Oak, one of his favorites. Yeah.
I like Ronnie's Coca Loca.
Coca Loca.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a good one.
Yeah.
Coca Loca. I like that.
I
Yeah.
get him to message me.
Yeah.
John says Pawpaws Oak is one of my favorites, unique, and it's got triple layered scent. It hits in 3 waves.
Yep.
Midnight.
Like I said, that was a mistake one night. Just mixing. Well, I was like, I had 10 cups out here mixed up with stuff. She's like, it stinks in here. We'll smell this one. Oh, that smells good. She walked off with it.
Okay.
Matt had a
I
good one.
made
He said call it Santa's brew.
Yeah, I've gotten that one already once today too.
Yeah.
I was trying to keep it away from a Christmas scent because I've made 1, 2, 3 different ones for Christmas.
Right.
They're just kind of Christmas scents. I refuse to do pumpkin scents this year.
Yes.
Right.
And just because I wasn't going to get into it with the stock I have already.
Right.
Now I found some Christmas stuff, and one guy wanted the peppermint Santa. So, okay, let me make a couple more. But they're not Christmas scents enough where they can only be used Christmas.
Right.
Yeah. So I was messing around earlier. I got to find a port to plug this laptop into. She's running out of battery. So Coca Loca mint, I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any thoughts, Kevin? I know we've kind of thrown a lot at you, and you're talking about mixing up some stronger scents. Any thoughts about in the future, any colognes, deodorants, anything else that you've just always been interested in trying?
Deodorants probably. Colognes, you got way too many colognes out there. And I try to keep to where if I make oils, butters, and balms,
Right.
and the women's oil, that's a pretty good amount if I can get it selling really well.
Right.
I'd like to make my own deodorant because I don't like going to buy deodorant. I'm cheap. I don't even like buying soap, but I do.
Right.
All right. We are plugged in. Sorry about battery was full before this. Crazy. Yeah, well. Have you ever made a mistake that turned out to be a good seller?
Pawpaws Oak.
It was a mistake.
It was a mistake.
Nice.
It wasn't a mistake. It was a oops. Can't call it a mistake. It was a oops.
Yeah.
You got that one. I've got a couple more up there that just came out of what if. What if this went with this? Nobody's ever seen this like this. Let me try this.
Mhm.
Oh, this stinks in the bottle. What can I do with it? And it comes out smelling good somewhere else.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Well,
So,
I think about that all the time. I mean, tobacco 33, first impressions, and I'm horrible at smelling right out of the bottle until you get it in the beard.
Yep.
You
Yeah.
have no idea. And you can't appreciate the tobacco 33 until you get it in beard and smell it on your hands while you're rubbing it on your. I mean, it is just such a classic, pure tobacco scent. I absolutely love it.
And so you got a tobacco absolutely. I think I sent that to you one time, didn't I, Tom?
Love it. Yes.
how many tobaccos are in that? Do you remember?
The tobacco absolutely only has one.
Yeah.
It's tobacco absolute, but it has charred cedar spice in it also.
Nice.
The tobacco 33, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different tobaccos in it. I was bound and determined to just make tobacco.
I'm good with it. I'm sure
Yeah.
Santa Tom's good with it. Yeah.
And so tobaccos and bourbons were the big
Yep.
things when I started out. Got a sweet apple bourbon I made. I love it.
How about cognac? Do you mess with cognac at all?
Not yet.
Mm,
I have not yet. I'm looking for a good whiskey also.
yeah.
The few whiskeys I have don't smell right, so I don't want to use them.
Yeah.
They end up going to one of those things your wife puts water in, diffuser.
Yep.
The stuff I said doesn't smell good in beard oil becomes diffuser oil.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Yeah. My wife has 1, 2, 3, I think 3 diffusers set up all over the place.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I'll give her ones that are getting ready to expire or I don't use that often. And they really smell the house up pretty good, but they don't have a lot of scent like they do with the wax melts, but they still smell pretty good.
Well, being retired, that became my job first 2 months. Here, you do all the diffusers every morning. I'm like,
All
I'm going
right.
to work.
I'm going back to work.
I'm going back to work.
Yeah. Yeah. So did you see all the names that people started throwing out there?
A bunch
I
of,
can't see anything come up on mine.
Yeah.
yeah, on the phones you can't. Yeah.
Right.
But whoever did the Coco Loco mint, tell them to send me a message.
Can you see back through who gave that one?
I
Santa Tom?
believe it was Ronnie was the first one who mentioned Coco Loco, and then they started throwing out the mint, and I think it was Jennifer. Actually, Jennifer said, "I like Coco Loco mint."
Candy corn. Brother T said coffee, chocolate, and mint sounds good. Throw a little candy corn in it and call it elf puke. All right. That's fun. Yeah, absolutely fun right there.
Yeah.
Chris, the bearded Texan, he did a really, really good review, and I encourage you guys, if you don't in the chat, if you haven't watched any of Chris's reviews, go check him out on YouTube, the bearded Texan.
Yep.
He does a great job, and he did a really good job on that tobacco. Absolutely. He always seems to be one step ahead of me getting some oils from Pawpaws, but
He lives closer.
huh?
He lives closer.
Wah, wah, wah.
That's true. That's true. That's true. And one more cheap plug for him is he does a Discord show on Friday nights that is absolutely a great time. Just laid back, and just if you guys get a chance, go check that out as well.
Yeah, I'd like to chime in on that. I work Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays when all the good chats are and
Right.
all the good lives, and all the guys out there that are doing that Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm sorry, I can't join in. Sometimes I'll hit it up at lunch and jump in for like 2 minutes, but lunch is so dang fast for us.
Right.
Got to clock out, clock in, eat, call the wife, all that stuff. But there's Jim. Yeah. Yeah, we appreciate the Bearded Texan. He does a really good job on reviews. Nice and chilled, relaxed guy.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Unlike me, I'm a little out of control sometimes.
So here's a question I got to ask you. You're from Texas. You in Texas. So music question for you.
Okay.
Are you a ZZ Top fan?
I am and I'm not.
Right. Right. So what's your favorite ZZ Top song?
The Grange.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I knew it. Right on.
What's
Right
that
on.
happen? You're on a motorcycle and the song comes on, you go faster.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Twist that grip, baby.
that's it.
Mhm.
Right.
Yep.
Yes, indeed. Yep.
So obviously your motorcycle has tunes on it.
Yes, it does.
Mm. Yeah, I don't think I'm ever going to go back to a bike without tunes.
No, I did a 1,300-mile ride one day to Indiana.
One day.
Well, it took 2 days to do it. but
Okay. Woo,
no,
iron.
I'm not doing one day.
Mm.
Right.
And
Mm.
the whole way down there, loud as it could go.
Yeah.
Right.
You
By
use
myself.
do AM FM, or do you got your phone
No,
you hook up?
straight off my phone.
Yeah.
It's got a plug in the trunk that you
Yep.
plug into the phone
Yep.
to keep it charged up and just go on.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yep. One thing I appreciate on my bike that I've never had before is reverse.
I got Fred Flintstone reverse.
I'm never going back. I'm never going back. Jennifer, I ride a Goldwing. I used to ride Harleys all the time, but I got to that old man stage where I was like, you know what? I like having all these gadgets and reverse and heat blowing on me. And yeah, the wife likes it too. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, though, there isn't a better feeling when I used to ride. So my favorite bike that I had that I rode was I had a Road Glide. And, man, having that big windshield, I crank up the music and just heading down the freeway, just flying, man, just going. I love that bike. That bike was fun on the freeway because it just cut through the wind. Nothing affected you. You just go.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. The Goldwing's like that too, but
Right.
nothing moves that 900 pounds of meat, you know. Any
Right.
other bike, you're getting blown around a lot. That Goldwing, man, she don't care.
Right.
Yeah. I'd hate to ever drop that bike because I'm going to have to call some friends.
Nah, you can do it.
Hell.
I dropped mine in my driveway one morning, 3 o'clock in the morning going to work. I had to pick it up.
Mhm.
I backed out of the garage, went to turn, boom, down I went.
So your friend Jennifer just got her first Harley. What did you get?
What'd you say, Mike?
Yeah, she got electric glide. Her husband got one.
Respect.
Heck yeah.
Respect.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So how long have you been riding? I've been riding since 1977, I think.
I rode ever seen a Honda QA50?
Honda 50.
Yeah.
Is it like a scooter?
No, they were like little mini bikes.
Like a trail bike, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was about 5 years old. Started riding then. Raced for like 4 years. Figured I was no good. Quit racing.
Yeah. Yeah, I did a little racing myself, a little flat track and GNCC through the woods.
Yeah.
Yep, did
I
that.
did straight motocross trying to kill myself.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Smile the whole time.
Yeah. Smile. Oh, yeah. Big time. I went forward over a tabletop and landed with the bike on top of me.
Yeah.
And it knocked me out for like 20 minutes. And concussion, my eyes were crossed. My everything was bad. Just that could be bad was bad. And yeah, it was the end of my day. Yeah. Big time. But yeah. Amber rides too? Oh, heck. Now we got something in common. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yep. So what? You drop it in the parking lot. Who cares? Somebody will come by. Yeah, somebody will help you pick it up.
I'll tell you what, my proudest moment on a motorcycle was I took that Road Glide. I should have took my lighter bikes, but I took that Road Glide down the tail of the Dragon.
Ooh.
And man, I was after that, man, it's such a workout because there's like
Yeah.
300 curves in 10 miles. I was beat after that. I should have taken one of the smaller, lighter bikes, but my buddy's like, take the road glide. So we took the road glides, and so proud I didn't dump the bike. So I was happy about that.
Did you see anybody riding above their means down there?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there was, but here's the thing that you just sit there and go, my gosh, like all these older dudes on these big full dressers, and they are just with no problem. And I'm just like, I'm sitting there going, my gosh, these guys are just hitting it. And I'm like, it was crazy to see that. Like, I'm like, I can't ride like that. But I mean, those guys were probably riding a long time. I'd only been riding 4 years before I went down to the tail. So,
Yeah.
Yep.
So you want to hear a story about my first motorcycle?
Sure.
I want to say it was 77 or 78. I begged and begged and begged. And I don't beg my dad for anything. If he says no, you don't ask again. But I begged for a dirt bike. So we were living in a single wide trailer while we were building our house from scratch. My dad and my grandfather built it. So we're living in this single wide trailer, and it's Christmas Eve. And I'm 7, maybe 8 years old. And I'm asleep. And I hear the sound of somebody kicking a 2-stroke dirt bike. Click, 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 click. Ring, ring, ring in the freaking house. I think Dad was a little tuned up at the time, but obviously it woke me up, and I got my Christmas gift Christmas Eve. Yeah.
Right.
In the trailer. I told you my dad wasn't right.
Right.
He ain't right.
Right.
That's probably where I get it from.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yep. Pops wasn't right, man.
Here's one that I starred here. I believe this is, I hope I'm pronouncing this right. Kevin, help me out. Is it Taurus, Mr.
Yeah.
Burrow? Okay. It says, Kevin, I've been using the butter on my beard and I just need a softener. I don't know if that's a question or if that's talking about the butter. Chief, you got any advice for those people out there that looking to soften up that beard?
So I've been using the butter on my beard and I just need a softener. I think we talked about this. I don't know how long you've been in the chat, but that liquid butter that everybody's starting to make and produce is working very, very well. And I've had 4 or 5 different companies with liquid butter, and it's phenomenal, and it's convenient, and it's easy to use, and you don't need a lot of it. So a lot goes a long way. The bang for the buck, all that stuff, liquid butter. So I give that a shot. So that's about the best I can. And softening too. Have you tried heat?
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of heat from a blow dryer, maybe stand off a little bit so you don't get scorched. Heat usually makes the beard soften up a little bit with a nice boar hair bristle brush going through it, because you need time under tension to get the beard straight. I haven't straightened mine in probably a week. It's special occasions, going out with the wife, things like that, I'll straighten my beard. But gravity finally took over and gives it that almost blown dry, straightened effect. So
Might want to try a conditioner too.
yeah.
Maybe getting somebody's conditioner. And actually, when I do it in the shower, Chief does it in the sink, but after I wash, I rinse, I pat it down, get some of the water off, and then I throw a conditioner in, and I actually let it sit for 5 minutes before I rinse it out. And man, it's soft, really soft after that.
Yeah. Well, everybody does theirs a little bit different. And I've been doing mine for so long, it feels awkward to hear anybody say anything different. But I got a spray bottle, and my wife got me one of those bottles. You squeeze it once, and it's got like a spring in it, so it'll mist the whole time. Don't know what it's called or where she got it, but she brought it home one day. You squeeze it, and it just starts that misting process. And then I'll put the conditioner in, and I found that I have to kind of separate the beard to get into the middle, because you can get the top and you can get the under beard and all that, but getting in that middle section is really difficult. So I've been taking a lot of extra time to separate and comb it through with my Chicago or Kent comb or something like that, and finally let it sit in there. And then I'll brush my teeth and do all that other stuff. So it gets 6, 7, 8 minutes of the conditioner sitting in. and then I go get a shower and wash my entire body while the conditioner's still in my beard, and then I'll do that last.
Right.
But yeah, Dave said liquid butter is fire. So many people are switching to that,
Right.
and it's working for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Yep. And he also mentioned that his hair is really coarse. Mine. If I don't keep anything in it, that's most, especially when that beard starts getting white and that melanin starts going away. That's what turns a beard white, is you're just losing the melanin, the color, and it's like a Brillo pad. So I mean, I get it, man. And if you don't keep that butter in there and conditioned, and like Chief said, a little heat on it, yeah, it can feel like hay.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have a butter of yours on hand, Kevin?
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to talk about the carriers that are in that?
Oh yeah. I use refined shea butter, refined mango butter, then my carrier oils, which is jojoba, argan, meadow foam seed oil, sweet almond oil, and I use castor oil in the oils and vitamin E. I don't put castor oil in the butter.
Okay.
I'll leave that out.
Nice.
Right.
All good product. All good product.
Same way in the
Argan.
balm. Same way in the balm. I use the beeswax. I also have beeswax in the butter. I forgot to tell you that, just a little bit. I use 2 grams of beeswax. Just makes it. I found out during the heat down here, it kind of holds it a little bit better. I wonder by the time it gets somewhere. The balm, same way. I use beeswax, shea butter, and mango butter, plus my oil carrier.
Yeah, it all sounds really good. Yeah. I see nothing wrong with that whatsoever.
Yeah.
I like argan because if you guys are using heat, you want something with a little bit of argan oil in it. Nice little heat protectant for sure. Yep.
One thing I did find out, the shea butter, I use refined shea butter. I had unrefined when I first started, and it's worked just as good,
Oh yeah.
but it smells like
Smells.
nuts. It
Yeah,
smells
Play-Doh.
like nuts all over the place.
Play-Doh.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I think a lot of guys have started out with that and then realized there's that nuttiness to it that I say it smells almost like Play-Doh.
Yeah, it does.
Right.
Yeah. Yep. So what else is going on?
That's about it on me.
Yeah.
Every day just trying to find some different scent.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, you can reach out to any of us if you.
Right.
Yeah. Real quick, we're going to wrap up here pretty soon.
All right.
Do you make your labels first and then do the name and the scent, or what's the
Yeah.
process with
I'll
that?
do the scent first.
Okay.
I'll look like I call these my scientist cups.
Yep.
Mad
Love
scientist cups,
Right.
which I've got. There's a caramel in this one right now. Just see what I got in here. Caramel, vanilla butter, and allspice sitting in here. It's been in here like 4 days. And I'll take it like I've got here. I'll go, okay, let's see what it smells like. I'll put it on here. Now I'm gonna have 4 cents on my arm for the day. Just see what it smells like on here. See how long it lasts. If it lasts 2 days in a cup, it's gonna last 4 to 6 hours in the beard.
Yeah.
I've got to where 4 to 6 hours is as long as my stuff will last.
That's
I
fine.
got a few things with sandalwood, some of the bourbons, and my barbershop scent lasts a long time. It lasts so long that you can smell it at the end of the day. My caramels will last 12 hours. It's not strong, but 12 hours from now, if you get your beard a little bit wet, you smell caramel, which is what I want. I want to just get whiffs of it while I'm off somewhere.
Yeah. Wind hits you just right.
When it hits me just right. Yeah, it starts in these cups, and I'll write it down when I put it in. I used to write it down on this piece of paper. Now I write it down in my book. If I make an adjustment on it, I'll change the numbers on it. Go from there. If it smells good there, a couple of days later, I'll either make an oil in it. I'll put a check by there. Come back to it later. The ones that go in the oils, I'll figure out what I want. Then I'll figure out a name for it. Then I'll make labels.
Right.
Yeah. Do you find that it's sitting on the shelf maturing for a week, maybe 2 weeks? you smell it again and you're like, oh, I really like that, or it went the other way?
Yeah, it's a lot of times within a day,
Mhm.
you can tell what's going to do. It'll sit there. I found out if you use too much castor oil, the heavier the oil, it holds it in a little bit better. So I have a lighter oil, so it mixes up a lot quicker. I haven't found anything sitting on the shelf yet that I've opened back up and gone, nah, let me throw this out.
Yeah.
I've got a couple single oils, single scents that I quit making just because, I want to make something a little bit more to where it can go from one scent, kind of move to another scent while it's in your beard.
Right.
But nothing that's gone in here and gone bad, smelling bad.
Yeah.
Nothing yet. There's always a first time.
Yeah. That's our buddy Matt, Florida Boys, 3,000 fragrances.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was doing something one day, and John Covington said, because I named something, I got this one scent. What do y'all think? He said, you're gonna have like scent number 1869. Because I'm always constantly feeling on Facebook going, hey, I've got this scent going, this scent going, this scent going. And I ended up telling him, if I make that many scents, something's wrong because I'm way too bored.
Hmm. Yeah.
Right.
So what is your favorite to work with? You said it was tobacco?
Tobacco's, bourbon are
Okay.
the biggest ones I like.
Wow.
Yeah.
But then it's moved on to different things. A lot of stuff what I got now has got oud in it.
Mm.
It gets kind of a cologne-ish type smell to it.
Yeah.
It's not a cologne, but it's not so in your face. It's just there where you smell it the whole time.
Right.
Yeah.
And I say
Nice.
next week I might find something else. And I'm like a kid with OCD or ADD, little shiny object coming around somewhere.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you find that it's fun and relaxing? Like on the side, I'll build puzzles. I'll go to the gym. Do you find that like relaxing, therapeutic for you to get out of your head and just focus on making a scent that's nobody else has had?
Oh yeah, that's what I'll make something and I'll say, has anybody else made it? That's when I start going through everybody else's web. Okay, nobody's made anything like this. If they have, I'll scratch it out. I'm not going to do it.
Right.
I have asked one company. This was like in February. In February, I went to spring training in Florida, and this company said they weren't going to make this scent anymore. So I got a hold of them and said, hey, I'm just starting this up. Would you mind if I make this scent? I didn't say, hey, what are you using to make it? Can I
Right.
make this? And he's like, yeah, sure, go ahead. If you can figure it out, go ahead. We're not making it anymore, so go ahead. I never did. I tried it a couple of times. Said, now let me go something else I can make.
Right.
And then he came back out saying he's going to make it again. So if I want it, and I've got that hint of wanting to have that, I'll buy it from him.
Right.
Right.
Absolutely.
Well, in closing, guys, Dino, would you mind asking the one question I kind of always look for? I've been starting to look forward to, and that's the musical question about who you could bring back.
Sure. So if you could bring back any musician or go see anybody live in concert, alive or dead, anytime, who would you want to go see?
Alive or dead?
Mm-hmm.
I like to see George Strait just because I never did.
Yeah. Yeah. I can get in some George Strait. George Strait's got some really good
Just
stuff.
I've never had. My wife likes him. Everybody likes him.
Right.
I'm an old redneck, but I'm also every other kind of music.
Right. Well, the cool thing, he's got that song, All My Exes Live in Texas, right?
Yeah.
And I can actually say that because my ex does live in Texas, my last ex-girlfriend. So now I can actually rock out to that song.
There you go.
I was thinking Johnny Cash because he had that song where he built a car one piece at a time. I'd like to ask him how he got the engine block out in his lunchbox or the frame.
They take those out the back door.
Yeah, the
Right.
forklift.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
All right, guys. Well, it's 7:30. We're going to wrap it up. We're going to get ready for the Bearded Respect. We do enjoy them, so shout out to them and go check them out after we're done here. And Chief and Dino, any final thoughts?
Go ahead, brother.
Sure. So it was awesome talking to you, Kevin. Always
Yeah.
awesome meeting another Santa. I'll probably be reaching out to you about getting a custom cherry one done. I look forward to your beard wash coming. But most importantly, man, you're a super cool dude. You're awesome. I am grateful now that I can call you a brother, man. And nothing but much love and respect for you and what you
Thank
do. Thank you for being on the show. Enjoyed it. And I enjoyed your product.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Very welcome.
I want to thank everybody in the chat. I just seen Jennifer posted Jelly Roll. What an amazing concert. I love Jelly Roll. Thank everybody in the chats. Thank my two brothers for another great show. Kevin, it's been a pleasure getting to know you and
Yes,
your
sir.
company. And I hope you have nothing but prospering in the future. And what a great show we had tonight, guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, I'll end it with this. I love when Dino does this. I'm going to end it with this. Guys, remember this world could use a little kindness, so be kind to one another. And as always, keep Christmas in your heart year round. Now Kevin can say that.
Yep.
Good night, guys.
Good night,
Night.
all.